Hello, my name is Kevin and welcome to the Love Decanters channel. So this is part 8 of my visit to Click Antiques in Northampton. Yeah, and it trundles on. There's more new things. It does seem never ending, but there was so much stuff. Literally, there was more, but my camera was literally, it had been flashing red for about 10 minutes on the battery, and my voice was starting to go. So I decided that I was going to give up at that point. So I could have probably gone to about 10 parts. I think there's a bit more to go, but yeah. So it's a really good place, Click Antiques. I've bought a lot of stuff there over the years, and yeah, and there's bargains. You've probably noticed there's been a few bargains popping up. But anyway, so with that said, let's get on and have a look at the glass for part 8. Spotted something I recognise. Don't know. Yeah, crystal dark paperweight there with the eagle on it, or ornament, I should say, really, because the base is sort of like hollow frosted underneath. But yeah, they make a whole pile of animals. I'll show you. This is what a quick search of crystal darks paperweight eagle brings you up. A whole bunch of eagles that look like the ones that we were looking at there. There is a different kind here. It's just like a little intaglio cut and frosted slab. In fact, actually there's another one there. So yeah, there's a few different sorts that they do, but most of these are the same. I then had a look in eBay to see how much they sell for. They don't sell for a lot of money. I think £30 is a top here, and they're sort of like down to £10. Oh, £3.99. Okay. There was one I saw that was different. I did actually open it, so let's show you. Yeah, so this one's different because the others have got like a frosted base. If you look here, and if you look at this one, you can see it's got a clear base. So slight variation. I did also check to see if they still make them. Crystal Dark is still going today. Unfortunately, it looks like everything they do is now tableware, so there's no art glass as such. So yeah, they don't make these today, so they are definitely not new. So there you go, Crystal Dark. And they do other animals as well, a lot of other animals with the same kind of base, with the frosted base, and it's all in clear. So I've never seen any coloured ones. So just so that you're aware. Got a little Davidson Chippendale thing, cup, I've said. But this is interesting. It looks like Briley Studio, but or maybe it might be Alan Bay. I don't know. But yeah, I will see if I can figure that one out. So this is the Davidson's 1956 catalogue, and this is the first catalogue of theirs where Chippendale appears as a thing. There's a couple of bits in the 1940 catalogue and nothing earlier. I think it was about 1931 that Davidson started making Chippendale under license from an American firm, I think called Jefferson's. So yeah, so this is, but prior to that it was being imported. But anyway, just so you show, this is a distinctive handle that you get on Chippendale. There's over 200 pieces, so, and there's only like about 20 or 30 here, but you get the idea. The only thing that's different about what we were looking at, most of these have a scalloped edge. That didn't, it just had a straight flat edge. There's a couple of bits here that do have a flatter edge, but yeah, so like this jug has got straight edge, this one's got a scalloped edge, things like that. So you have to remember there's yeah, this bowl has got a flat edge here, and these have got scalloped edges. So you have to remember there's over 200 items in this service. Different things is what I'm talking about. So you've got everything. There's even trinket sets. I don't think there's a trinket set here, no. So yeah. What I can also show you is some of the origin. I think here. So this is some adverts that I've downloaded from the Pottery Gazette. Which one shall I pick? Let's have a look at this one first. Check it out. So this is 1913. So this is how early this pattern is. It looks kind of deco, but there's another one here. There's an early one. This is 1909. I think that's the earliest one. Yeah, 1909 is the earliest one I've got here. So yeah, but these have all got scalloped edges. Well, that's a candlestick. But anyway, you get the idea. There's a lot of parts in this, but these handles are very distinctive. You see, like this, and I think if someone else was trying to copy those, because they were making it under license, I think, and it had previously being imported. You can see here, Jefferson Glass Co. Imported by C.J. Pratt, National Glass Company. So, yeah, it looks deco, but it's actually much earlier, which is a bit surprising, really. But it was very popular, and it was made after the war. So you're probably talking that it was made for about 60 or 70 years or something like that, which is a good old stretch.
Don't recognise this one. I wouldn't pick it up by that handle though, because it might even be pre-war. A little thin piece of bamboo. But I recognise this. This is Davidson's from the 1950s. What's he got written on it? Yeah, I don't think it's that old. I will. It's a celery vase, and I'll look it up.
So we're looking at we are back with the 1956 catalogue for Davidson. Download from the VictorianPressGlass.com website. And yeah, so this is the pattern that we're looking at, with these little, don't know what you call them, little knobbles sticking out of them, and then it's got these little, I don't even know what you call those, little scratches, anyway, 3 rings of things, little scratches, knobbles, and these. And so this is the first time this appears in their catalogues. It's not in any of the early ones. And this isn't going to be the full range of stuff, because if I go over to 1968, you can see there's a few more things here. More bowls, different kinds of bowls, ashtrays. I think somewhere in here there's more. But anyway, there's no celery vase, but we do know that, yeah, Davidson's made, for this kind of tableware, they made dozens of different shapes. I mean, if you look at things like Jacobean and Chippendale, which I think they were most prolific, we're talking a couple of 100 plus. So yeah, I'm pretty happy. I'm not aware of anybody else. I've been through lots of press glass catalogues. I'm not aware of anybody else making it with this style of little prunt. I suppose it's emulating a prunt. So a prunt would be like a little blob of glass that's stuck on, and then you press a little shape into it like this. But they're not. They're part, because it's pressed glass. The whole thing is pressed. Anyway, that's what that little celery vase is. I've never seen it as a celery vase, but I recognise this very distinctive pattern straight away.
Potentially American, bowl and cover. Yeah, I don't know. It's a great one, so we can have a look, see if we can find it. Yeah, I don't recognise it at all.
So, using the power of the internet, I have tracked down what is I now know to be a lidded candy bowl. Okay, made by Indiana Glass Company, and it's called Harvest Grape. And it was made during the yeah, looks like it was began in 1906 and 7, and then it's made in 1970. So yeah, and this is the there's a few. Oh, and this website is called Carnival Glass Worldwide. I've never seen it before. It's going in my list. So yeah, but it's got a whole bunch of adverts in it, and one of them, this one, dun dun dun, is the right one. So this is the little bowl that we're looking at here, and it's a 2225, I think. So yeah, I managed to track it down. I think this looks very 70s, so that's probably when it was made. How much was imported to the UK, I have no idea. So it comes in different colours as well. So you've got like orangey one, purpley one, greeny one. Yeah, I know how to use descriptions. So yeah, there we go. I did actually manage to track it down.
Got a few interesting bits in here. I think these are, I've tried to find these before. I think these are all Chinese art glass. I think that might be Chinese art glass. And this is a piece of Medina. It's interesting that it's got this built-in handle. It's like some of the historic stuff that they've excavated. That's the word I'm looking for. The built-in handles.
So this is 20thcenturyglass.com, and yeah, so I'm looking at the Medina glass specifically, and I've tried to find that vase. It's not here, but that vase has a distinctive shape that Medina use a lot. Let me see if I can find one that's like it. It's one of these. Yeah, this shape. So it does have a little bit of handle, but the body shape is the same as this. The narrow neck and a flaring top. And if I keep going, see, that's similar as well. There you go again. Keep going. There's another one. Another one. Can you see where I'm coming from now? That one's more a bit, not quite so much. Oh look, there is one with the handles built in the side. Not the same colour. It does have another bit down here. I don't think that one had it. But then you've got the same top here. Look, these are all the tops of these ones all look similar. So you get the idea that you can actually, just from the shape alone, you can go, I think it's this. And then there's like some basic colour ranges that they do. That one's a bit out of the ordinary, I think. But once you see this shape, it makes you latch onto, I think I know what this is, and follow it through and see if you can find a match for it. So look, even this really weird one, which I've not seen before, I've never seen that in real life, has that same narrow neck. And so anyway, that's where I'm coming from. I did actually look, Medina's still going. I did look on their website. They have a lot. If you go into this section here, there's a lot of stuff in here, a lot of art glass. If you just keep going, some of the prices don't seem that expensive. But yeah, none of the styles that are in here now are the ones that are in the 20th century glass. So they do change their range. There's a few that are similar, but not quite the same. Let's see if I can find the one that I thought that was similar. There's a lot of pages in this. But this is the kind of thing you should try and keep abreast of, because it's all right looking in 20th century glass, but if these people are still churning out new stuff, you might come across it and not realize that's what you're looking at. Yeah, there's loads of pages. Oh, this one here. Yeah, this one has a very Medina-esque look to it. So it's not exactly the same as some of the older ones, but it has that look. Anyway, I think I'll just move on now.
Just below, look at this. Let me pull out, in fact. That's a huge, I'll pull right away to get it all in. That's going to be about 14 inches tall. It looks like a Kribska, but that base is not anything I recognise. So that's going to be interesting to try and find. £48. I suspect that is probably underpriced, regardless of who made it, almost, because it's such a imposing piece. I don't think it's a piece of Chinese art glass. Looking underneath, no, it's got a polished pontal. So yeah, the swan, I have no idea what that is. All these other bits, that looks like a piece of Stuart.
I've looked really hard for that vase. I've never seen one before, and I've seen a few similar vases. Ones like this, but this doesn't have that extra piece on the bottom down there. They've labelled this as Murano 1950. I don't think they really know. There's this one here. They're saying Murano 1950s as well, but again, it still doesn't have this chunk on the bottom. So, and yeah, I found this in the this is Kribska. Again, similar, doesn't have the chunk on the bottom. This is from the 1972 catalogue. I think I've also got another one here. Sort of similar, not quite as similar. This is from the 1999 catalogue. These Kribska ones are downloaded from the Czech Glass Guide. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to track that one down. I've found similar things, but that chunk on the bottom makes it stand away. I'm not even sure. Obviously, the Kribska ones are definite, but the ones that they're listing as Murano, I'm not sure of those either. So, yeah, I'm just going to have to accept that I'm not going to find that vase.
This looks like a piece of Czech glass, possibly Franzval. I will see if I can find it. Underneath it, it's starting to look more like Franzval, actually, looking underneath it. Yeah, I will definitely try to find that.
Looking at the website kralikglass.com, and yeah, so this is the section on Franzval's glass. Vels is, you have to pronounce it as a V because it's Germanic. Well, it's Czech W, but it's like German. Anyway, I'm in the section Welsh shapes. Let me go back one. So they've got these different shapes in here. I checked out the others anyway, but squat vase, and it's a squat vase, I think, and this is the shape. Obviously the colour is different, very different, but this is the shape I think we're looking at. And then if we go to visual decor index, okay, so it's the same shape but looks very different. And when you go to the visual decor index, is it still loading? Yes, it is. We've got yellow orange, and yeah, so this is the colors that we were looking at on that. Go. What's happening? There we go. So yeah, this is the colors that we were looking at. So I'm happy that it is Franzval's. They don't always do solid colors. Sometimes they do. If you look in some of the other color index things, you'll see sometimes they do combos with different colors mixed up. But like the squat vase we're looking at, which has a black bottom and then this orangey yellow top. Anyway, so I'm happy. This makes it pre-war. Franzval closed during the war. The time period they were kind of doing these kind of wares were from about 1890 through to 1940. It's probably interwar though. It's probably 20s or 30s.
This is an interesting vase here. I don't recognise it, but it's a little red lip. It says quality piece. Looks like it's got a broken pontal. Was it? Yeah, in fact it's a pipe pontal. Can you see? It's like a ring. So rather than having just a solid rod, that you'd put on the bottom with the glass on it. You'd put the molten glass that you're going to put on the bottom on the end of a pipe, so it creates a ring shape as the pontal mark. This looks similar to the patterns on something Casest blue. Right, okay, so this looks similar to something I saw earlier today, and it'd be interesting if, because I've done it earlier, if I can ID this as Casest blue and ID that then as Casest blue. That's quite interesting. This looks like it's had the top chopped off, I've had a feel, and it's cut there.
I thought I would start by trying to track down that red rimmed vase, the green one, and yeah, that's a no-go. This is the closest I can find to anything that's like it. It's by Casest. It's got these, it's like a range of different glasses and bottles and vases and bowls and things. There's one there which have red rims. They're different colours. There's white ones as well and green ones. Yeah, speckled ones. There's all sorts of patterns, but there's no just one block colour. There's everything else going on, but one block colour. So yeah, this isn't it. So I'm afraid that is the end of this hunt, because the rest of the vase is so plain. There's nothing really to hunt on. So yeah, I'll have to wait until I actually see something that tells me what that vase is. I had more luck with the Casest vase. It's a range called Cadenza Hearts vase. And I found this here, this little one on Pinterest that's got more information. So it tells you what it is, and then designed by Colin Terrace, Casest designer. And it says here, designed in 1986, and because it was time consuming to make, they were only made for 3 years. So yeah, this is more like a lot of the Casest glass is not, how can I say, it's simple designs. This looks like it's more hot working, fiddling around, adding different colours and patterns, layers, it's cased and everything, so, and a clear bit on the base and all this. So yeah, there's more hot work gone into these. So these, if you were collecting Casest, this is something to collect, I think. So I did a little bit more searching just because I wanted to do more confirmation. Yeah, there's a load more of them here, and you can see there's different colours in the range. So if you were collecting these, different shapes. So there's ones which are, so I think, looking at the range of shapes, I think these are all free blown. They're not blown into mould and spun. And also, if I go down, there's different colours as well. So there's like yellow, pink. There's like pink stripes. This one's more lighter pink. They've got like blue and white. So there's more, and there's green as well. We saw that. Yeah, there's green. See, there's a whole range of them, because I think they are more like art glass than the usual punch it out kind of case and that stuff you've seen. I also just wanted a little bit more confirmation, and I did find it here in the Scottish Antiques website, and yeah, so they're confirming that it's Casest Cadenza, Colin Terrace. This is a very reputable company, selling it for £40. It's sold, so yeah, it made £40, so that gives you a nice retail price. So, and in fact, actually, it's even giving you a reference here: Casest glass, blah 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 blah, Mark Hill, page 74. So yeah, they've even bothered to put a reference. So yeah, this is a very good website here, Scottish Antiques. I think they're quite trustworthy. I think they're in with Mark Hill, and can't remember the name of the other guy. Another guy that's on Antiques Roadshow. So yeah, they're a very reputable dealership. So this is a good retail site that's good as a reference too.
This is interesting. I've not seen it before, but it's got something written on it. And now that I have access to the Czech glass database, I will see if I can find Ladislav Moravec. Yeah, he's got the little legs on it and everything. That would be quite interesting to see. Just as I've newly got access to that, so it'd be an interesting exercise to try and find it.
So this is the Czech glass guide. I did actually pay to join this. It hasn't worked for me yet. So yeah, there's a lot in here. Now that designer was called Ladislav Moravec, and yeah, there's millions of designers in here, and yeah, he's not in here. So, and I've tried to look through the manufacturer's name because they have the glassworks here, and I thought maybe it would be in as a glassworks, but it's not there either. Yeah, I think I'm gonna lose on this one. I've never heard of Ladislav Moravec before, and I can't find anything. Even just general searches, that name is not coming up, so I'm just stuck with it. So it is what it is.
Yeah, let me zoom in here. We've got one of the misleading Murano labels. See if I can pull out enough to get it to focus. Will it focus? But what it says, something along the lines of made using the techniques of the masters of Murano. Doesn't say it's made in Murano. I know I've been trying to figure out where exactly these are made. I know someone else is doing it as well. I'd like to know, just to be able to put it right. You can see these labels sometimes on TK Maxx glass.
Somewhere on Facebook, in one of the Murano groups, there's some documentation showing you the fake Murano labels, but I can't find it. I've looked in several Murano related glass groups on Facebook. I just can't find it. So I thought, I don't want to go to the usual 20th century glass. I'll just put in fake Murano labels, and I think this is the best article. And apparently this stuff's stolen from Facebook anyway. So yeah, I've got to find that Facebook stuff at some point. Anyway, so this has got some of the fake Murano labels. Now the label that we were looking at on that little bowl is not here. And I think this is probably I think that's a newer label, because I've seen that label on stuff in Home Sense. So yeah, but I do know that the label that has this writing, this Vetro Escudero blah 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 Di Maestro Murano, the earlier ones had it in English as well. So that is like, yeah, you think it's, if you're not Italian, you see that blah blah blah, and you see Murano made in Italy, and you think it's Murano. However, the earlier ones seem to have the translation as well. So this one says the artwork is done according to the technique of the masters Murano. So it's not saying it's made in Murano, it's made according to the masters. And but it is made in Italy. I know people have been trying to find out where in Italy it's made. I'm not sure quite where, but anyway, that label is not saying it's made in Murano. It's saying it's made according to the masters, using the techniques of the masters. So yeah, so this is quite an interesting article, but when I find the thing on Facebook, I will pop it up regardless of what video. I might even do a video just for it so you can find it, so that you know this stuff is out there and what the labels look like, and where you can go join the group and go look it up for yourselves. But anyway, yeah, it's not made in Murano, that bowl. It's made in Italy, and the fact that the label's got Murano plastered right across it doesn't mean that it is made in Murano.
So I hope you enjoyed that. There will be a part 9. It won't be as long, and I will bring in something that I did go back and buy after looking at things online, and I was like, and it's not glass, blah blah blah, and I did go back and buy it. So I'll show you that in part 9, and we can have a proper look at it then, because it's not in there, it's here, and I'll show it. Anyway, all the reference I used, yeah, will be in the description below. All the contact details for Click Antiques will be in the description below, and please remember to like and subscribe. It really helps my channel. And what else? I think that's it. Thank you for watching. Have a good night. Good night.